Hello YouTube, welcome back. Okay, we're in chapter 5, section 3. Just playing around with numbers from different bases. Okay, so here we go. So note to self, computer science honors, chapter 5, section 3. We're going to play around with binary, octal, and hexadecimal numbers. Alright, and today, oops, I put a date, today is 2020, February 13th. Well, technically, when did we do this? Oh, February 12th. All right, February 13th is fine. There you go. All right, so question number 1. You guys moved. All right, so question number 1. Can you find the largest 7-bit number you can write, positive integer? Another bit meaning binary, right? So what is the largest positive 7-bit number you can write? In other words, binary integer, right? Okay. Well, that's clearly just, well, what are the digits in binary? 0 and 1. So if you have 7 bits or 7 places, they're all 1s, right? So just for fun, let's show what that is as a base 10 number. So show the int of, quote, 1111111 in base 2, and let's see what we get. And there's 127, right? Because that's the 1's place, the 2's place, the 4's place, the 8's place, the 16's place, 32nd's place, the 64th place. One more place here would be 128. If you subtract 1 from 1 and 7 zeros, you're going to get the 7 ones, right? Okay. So now, how am I going to do this? Double quote, comma, just to label my work. And since I have so many quotes, I need that double quote thing there. All right, so that's the largest 7-bit number you could write, 127. By the way, we figured out in class there's another way to write this, and you can even avoid the double quote problem with this. If you just do 0b, you don't have to say that you're in base 2. That means base 2. So I can just do single quote there, and I should get the same thing. All right, so let's just copy this. So you can write it either way. So if you need the int command and you have if you have a string, you use the other version. But if you don't have a string, you can do it this way. The same answer. All right, so.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
All right, so excuse me, I'm recording. Go to the other class where you guys came from. Okay, so where was your room?
No, I left my ID here.
Oh, your ID might be up there. All right, so that was 1A. All right, let's try 1B, same idea, but now we're going to do the largest, what is it? The largest 15-bit number. Okay, so basically the same thing. Please excuse the interruption. But now we have 15 ones. Okay, so that's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay. That's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, that's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right, so if you have 15 bits, it's the same thing as a 1 with 15 zeros minus 1. So what's that? A 1's place, a 2's place, a 4's place, an 8's place. A 16's place, a 32nd, a 64th, a 128, a 256, a 512, a 1024, 2048, 4096, 8192, 16,384, 32,768 minus 1 is 32,767. Did I do that right? There it is. All right, perfect. So you could use a string or not a string. Same thing. All right, that's question 1. All right, to save time on our screencast, I'm only doing the odds from now on, okay? Now, number 3 says, can you convert 010, 111010111 into hex? Aha. So how did we do that? Well, first thing we did was we did this. Ready? All right, here we go. This is number 3. Make this a little bigger. All right, so number 3. Can you convert? Okay, so what the heck was the number now? 01, 01, 11, 01, 011 into hex. So how about this? Let's say 0B. All right, how about this binary number? Remember, that means binary. These first two parts are not, these first two symbols are not part of the number. It just means binary. Equals what in hex? Boom, like that, okay? There you go. All right, so how do you do that? Well, one way to do it is to convert from binary to base 10 and then convert from base 10 back to hex. Oh, okay. I think that's what we did. So show the int of, let's do it this way. And remember, that converts to base 10. That's what we get. So it's 747. Okay, good. And then we can convert that back to hex. So what does that mean? Well, we're going to take the 747, and just for fun, I'm going to show that if I convert that, in other words, it's the bin command. See the title? Bin, oct, and hex are commands to take a base 10 number converted to binary, a base 10 number converted to octal, and a base 10 number converted to hex, right? So I'm going to do all 3 commands to show you how it works. What's the bin of 747? It should go back to 0101110111, right? Okay. And what's the oct? Let's do the double quote thing. So this is the inverse operator of the int we just did, right? But what I want to do is get into hex, right? Well, I could get into octal if I want. Since I'm skipping question 2, I want to show this, because we did that in question 2. And I think question 6 has the bin in it. And then, but this is the one they want. They want the hex. All right, so we got. So 747 base 10 converts to a binary number equal to this. Isn't that what we started with? So that makes sense. If you wanted an octal, it's this. If you wanted in hexadecimal, it's that. Whoops, let me make this a little bit easier to read. I should put like a little equal sign here. Okay. All right, so this number is 747 base 10. Of course, that's the same number we started with in base 2. But if we convert it to base 8 or base 16, there you go. Now, you know how you do this by hand? You group this into groups of 4. Every single 4-bit number will represent one of the 16 hexadecimal digits. So for every one of the 16 hexadecimal digits, there's a unique 4-bit number. So what is it? A 1, a 2, no 4s, and an 8, that's 11. That's where the B comes from. Isn't B 11? All right, take a look at the next 4. A 1, no 1s, a 2, a 4, and an 8. That's going to be, what, 14? Isn't this 14? And then take the rest as 4 bits. And now I don't have any more bits, so pretend there's zeros in front. So 0010 is 2. There you go. By the way, this works in octal too. Every 3 bits and every 3 binary digits converts to one and only one of the 8 octal digits, 0 through 7, and uniquely maps 1 to 1. Every single one of the 7 digits in octal, 0 through 7, corresponds to every one of the, any of all the 3-bit numbers you can write. Just like the 16 hex digits correspond to 4 bits. So look, isn't this 3? Isn't this 5? A 1? Think of it as a binary number just starting here. 1s, 2s, 4s. A 1 and a 4, that's 5, right? Isn't this 3? Look at it, 3. Isn't this 1 if we pad it with zeros in front? There it is, perfect. So it's easy to convert from binary to octal and binary to hex automatically, directly. You didn't have to convert to base 10, but if you didn't know that, now you know it. Okay? All right, so that's nice. That's number 3. And what's number 5? Okay, let's take a look at number 5. All right, so let's make some room. Now there's going to be like a 5A and a 5B. Okay, so here we go. So number 5A says calculate 1011100. Okay, 1011100. Is that what they want? 1011. Yes, in binary. How about, let's write it this way. Times, what happens if we multiply it by 10 in base, 100 in base 10. All right, let's be consistent. I'm going to write it this way. How about that? Well, realize that means, what does that mean? That means 1011100 binary times 100 binary, right? Now, what we found in class was that if you multiply by a power of the base, in other words, this is 4. In other words, 10 is 2, 4 is 100, 8 is 1,000, right? Those are powers of the base. All you do is add on 2 zeros and move the decimal to the right. And when you're dividing the same thing, just get rid of 2 zeros or move the decimal to the left. And that's what 5B is. What if you divide these two integers and you're just going to lose 2 zeros? So when you multiply, you're going to add on 2 zeros. When you divide, you're going to lose 2 zeros. But that we didn't know that until we did some conversions. So this is what we did. We said, okay, let's show the int of, let's write it this way, 0b that. See what that is as a base 10 number. Divide that by 4. I'm sorry, I wrote this wrong. They said to multiply by 4 in decimal, which means 100 in binary. Divide by 4 in decimal, which means divide by 100 binary. Sorry. So for some reason, they were trying to hide the fact that you're dividing by 100 in binary, or multiplying by 100, right? That's what they were doing. And then this, now you could easily convert this in your head, right? No 1s, no 2s, a 4, an 8, so we're 12, and a 16, so 28. No 32s, and a 64, and a 28. What's 64 and 28? 88, 72. 92. What did I do? I did something wrong. No 1s, no 2s. A 4 and an 8 is 12, and a 16 is a 28. 32, 64, and 28. Yeah, 92. That's it. Okay. All right, so let's show that. And then we'll convert that back. Then multiply that by 100. I'm sorry, multiply that by 4 in decimal, right? And convert that back to binary. And notice that you just add on 2 zeros, right? So I'm gonna label this. And then what I want to do is convert that back to binary. So what's 92 times 4? 368. Is it 368? Yes, 368. So I'm going to convert that back to binary. And just note that you'll end up with 101110, and 2 more zeros. So 4 zeros at the end. All right, so let's show that the bin, convert a base 10 number to binary of 368, we said, is in fact that binary number with 2 zeros added on at the end. So that's how we discovered that pattern. So if we multiply by 10 in binary, you add on the 0 or move 1 decimal to the right. If you divide by 10 in binary, which really means 2 in decimal in base 10, right? So 10 in base 2 means 2 in base 10. 10 in base 3 means 3 in base 10, and so forth, right? All you're doing is moving the zeros around, moving the decimals around. Okay, so let's just write that. So this is the multiplying part, right? So in other words, it's the same number, just add on 2 zeros at the end. All right, what happens if we divide by 100 binary of 4 decimal? You're going to get rid of these 2 zeros or move decimal where it was at the end from 2 units to the left, 2 places to the left. So you're going to do the exact same thing. Okay, but we're going to be dividing. So I mean, I don't have to convert this again, but 92 divided by 2 is what, 23? So let's do that with a 23. So, I mean, for number, I just have to do this, 23. And so you're going to end up with 1, 0, 1, 1, 1. Drop off those 2 zeros. 1, 0, 1, 1. There it is. Oh, I'm missing the equal sign. So, okay. Let's put an equal sign here. Put an equal sign there. And so that's number 5. That's the code for number 5. And that's the output for number 5. How you doing? So this was the question, but you got to realize that you're really doing this. So you're moving you're moving the decimals 2 places to the right, or adding on 2 zeros. And this was the question, but realize what you're really doing is this. So now you're moving the decimal 2 places to the left from where it starts, or get rid of 2 zeros. Right? That's it. Done. All right. So there you go. There's the code for number 1. There's the code for number 3. There's the code for number 5. There's the output for number 1. There's the output for number 3. There's the output for number 5. And that, I think we're done. Thank you, YouTube. Thanks for coming. Hope that's helpful for your homework. Don't forget your test tomorrow. Bye-bye.